folks, this is John here for Shoppe-Talk, and today we're going to talk about humidity and your musical instrument. Humidity is a necessity for any musical instrument that's made of wood, and your violin, your mandolin, your guitar, your banjo, they all have wood in them. Wood naturally has liquid in it or moisture, and as we dry it out, it's going to have less of it. So that's going to make it shrink up and also cause some of those wood fibers to kind of split and separate a little bit more. So on your guitar, we'll use this as a kind of example, what will end up happening is things like when it shrivels up, you'll get the neck to bow just a little bit, or your glue joints like the bridge will come loose, or worse yet, we'll get cracks, and that's what we see most often with instruments that are dried out. So we definitely want to humidify them. Ideally, we want to see those at a 45 to 50% humidity. That gives us a really good safe bet. Anything below 35%, we're really risking damage to those instruments. Anything too much further than that, first we'll start by having too much moisture in the guitar, which will cause it to not vibrate as much. It's going to be kind of heavy with water, so it's not going to be able to make as good a sound as possible. And further, we get mildew and mold and damage of that sort. So definitely don't want that to happen. So we want to humidify. How do we do that? Well, you can do like what we did here at the shop, and you can put a humidification system in the ductwork. That's going to keep our store, we keep that right around 45 to 50%. Or you can get a room humidifier. Now, there's lots of different options for those, so you can pick those up at your hardware store or your local department store, and that'll help with a room full of instruments or keeping the entire room. If you're going to keep it outside of a case, this is probably an ideal choice for you. But for most of us, that's not really going to work. So what we end up doing is what they call case humidifiers. This gives us the advantage, if we got it in a case, we have a small environment that we're able to control and keep done. So you can get lots of different types of case humidifiers. A lot of the ones you'll see are going to be like this one from Music Nomad. This is a sponge-based humidifier. You'll fill the sponge with moisture. Now this one holds a lot more than a standard sponge, but it'll kind of keep everything at its right desired level. Now the downside of this is you're going to have to keep refilling this sponge. So if you stay on top of it, great choice. These will last probably about a week and a half, sometimes up to 2, but you need to keep on keeping those full. If you're not keeping them full, it's not doing you any good. So one of my personal favorite versions for a case humidifier, something like the Humidipacks here. These ones will hold enough for usually about 2 to 3 months at a time. Treat it like an oil change in your car and just plan on every 3 months replacing these. But what's cool about this is it'll also dehumidify. So if you got too low, it'll emit moisture. If it's too high, it will actually absorb some of that moisture, again, keeping it at that 45 to 50% level. If we do that, we're gonna have instruments that'll last forever, and we definitely want that to happen. So if you're not humidifying, do it. I always tell people, I don't care what kind of humidifier you're using, just get one. And then if you do that, many years of happy picking.